the hidden hour that decides your next day's success. Paradox alert. Everyone believes peak productivity begins at 5 a.m., but the opposite is the brutal truth. We've all been there, hitting snooze 8 times, waking up like a zombie after 7 hours of sleep, and wondering why we have zero energy. Here's the big secret they don't tell you. Tomorrow's success is actually manufactured tonight. What you do after 8 p.m. is the single biggest factor determining your next day focus. You are currently missing a golden window, a critical 60 minutes that separates the focused from the fatigued. This isn't just about sleep, it's the ultimate productivity hack. Do you dare face the evening routine currently sabotaging your potential? The journey to better sleep and conquering digital burnout begins with habit number 1. The 10-minute brain shutdown ritual. Habit number 1 is your first countermeasure against self-sabotage. Here's the rule. Never go to bed without doing this. Most people attempt sleep while their subconscious mind is still sprinting, replaying emails, unfinished tasks, and small daily dramas. You need a mental exit ramp, the 10-minute brain shutdown ritual. For 10 to 15 minutes before lights out, sit with a notebook and do 2 things. 1. List 3 things you accomplished today. 2. Write down tomorrow's 3 most important tasks. MITs, not to plan, but to release them from your head. By transferring those thoughts to paper, you tell your brain, work is done. You can rest now. The calm that follows is proof. You've moved the chaos from mind to page. And with mental quiet restored, it's time to reclaim your physical calm too. Habit number 2. The brutal 1-hour digital detox. Here is the secret TikTok and Instagram don't want you to know about your phone's screen. Scrolling through short-form content before bed is the cognitive equivalent of drinking 4 cups of coffee. The blue light emission deceives your primal brain into thinking you've just landed in Vegas under dazzling, flashing neon lights, halting the release of melatonin. However, the greater danger isn't the light. It's the infinite information stream itself, which locks your nervous system into a chronic fight or flight state. The solution is the brutal 1-hour digital detox. For 60 minutes before you get into bed, completely eliminate all screens, phone, laptop, TV. Replace the digital feed with an analog activity, reading a physical book or journaling. That first night, the urge to check the phone will feel like a physical affliction, a profound restlessness. Can you endure that 60-minute craving for the sake of true, deep rest? The reward is a profound, almost eerie sense of calm that settles in once you trade the digital battlefield for the quiet reality of the page. The next logical step, then, is to ensure the environment around you mirrors the stillness you've achieved internally. Habit number 3, the 20-minute environmental reset. That sense of peace is internal, but here's the kicker. It's easily shattered if your external world is at war. I challenge you. Dare to leave your workspace looking like a tornado just swept through? If you do, don't ask why your mind is full of mental clutter when you try to rest. Your environment dictates your energy. That's why we need habit number 3, the 20-minute environmental reset. 20 minutes, that's all you need to move from chaos to a calmer environment. I started by folding the laundry mountain and tidying the desk. Then I laid out my gear for the morning prep. Laptop bag by the door, gym clothes ready. That's when I noticed the shirt I'd planned to wear was creased. A quick swap averted a 5-minute morning crisis. My tomorrow self is going to thank my today self for being so considerate, I thought. A clean room is a clean slate. I looked around, feeling the deep, settled calm. The physical act of preparing my space created a psychological sleep signal. But is this calmness enough, or do we need to formalize this signal into an automatic sleep trigger? Habit number 4, build your sleep cue routine. We need to formalize that signal into an automatic sleep trigger. Here's the off switch that helps me get to sleep in less than 5 minutes. No pills required. It's called habit number 4, build your sleep cue routine. And the core idea is simple. Your body loves routines. It literally learns to associate a specific, consistent routine with the production of melatonin. I remember initially, even after dimming the lights and banning my phone, I'd still lie awake. I was missing the encoded signal. The full 5-step sequence that actually worked. First, brewing a mug of hot chamomile tea. The aroma is half the battle. Second, dim lights to the absolute minimum. Third, the non-negotiable personal hygiene, like brushing my teeth. But the game changers? Fourth, 5 minutes of slow, simple stretching to release physical tension. And fifth, 2 pages of an actual book. Just 2. This ritual isn't about the individual actions. It's an encoded signal sequence my brain cannot ignore. I finished the last 2 steps, and within seconds, the wave of relaxation washed over me, heavy and decisive. It felt like someone had literally decided to turn off the switch. Now that the stage is set for sleep, how do we make sure our mind isn't sabotaging the peace we just built? The gratitude brain dump. That sleep cue ritual is powerful, but it only solves the physical tension. What about the mental clutter, the relentless replay of the day's missed opportunities? This is the secret successful individuals use to ensure they never toss and turn over regret. It's called habit #5, the gratitude brain dump. The goal is simple. Put your mind in a positive state right before sleep. I used to just write down my mistakes of the day in my journaling practice, but that only fueled anxiety. It kept the internal conflict alive. The key breakthrough? Combining gratitude with improvement. Before closing my notebook, I open a fresh page and write 3 things I'm genuinely grateful for from the day, and then 3 clear points for improvement for tomorrow. Why the dual approach? Gratitude locks in the positive state, and improvement gives me a clear direction for tomorrow. The combination stops the endless loop of self-criticism. I finish writing and feel the immediate release. The failures of the day no longer weigh me down. I look up at the clock and realize I've blown past my sleep cutoff by 15 minutes. A small shock, but a calm one. Now that clock is important. It leads us to the blunt truth about non-negotiable sleep boundaries. Habit number 6. Respect the unbreakable cutoff time. Here's the blunt truth. If you're collapsing into bed at 2 a.m. and dragging yourself out at 7, no hack will save you. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's the system that powers all productivity. That's why you must respect your unbreakable cutoff time. Mine is enforced by 2 alarms, the familiar 7 a.m. wake-up and the executioner at 10 p.m., my hard stop for work, screens, and thinking about tomorrow. I've ignored it before, staying up to finish a quick project. The next day was pure mental fog. When that chime rings now, I tell myself, rest is preparation, not procrastination. The next step seals that mindset completely. Habit number 7. Prepare tomorrow's wins tonight. Once the executioner rings, your day is done, but your next one begins. The fatal mistake most people make is planning in the morning. Morning is for execution, not decision-making. So tonight, take 5 minutes to prepare tomorrow's wins. Pull out the same notebook where you recorded gratitude and reflection and circle 1 to 3 most important tasks. The ones that actually move the needle. Not 20 items, just 3. When your head hits the pillow, you'll already know what 7 a.m. demands. No decision fatigue, no chaos, just clarity. You've already set your runway. You're setting yourself up to win before the fight even begins. Because when people inevitably ask, how are you so focused all the time, you need a ready answer. Your 7-point evening manifesto. That is the core of the power, a clear runway for tomorrow's wins. So, let's do a fast recap of your 7-point evening manifesto. Shut down your mind with a ritual. Go digital detox for 1 hour. Reset your environment in 20 minutes. Build your sleep cue routine. Gratitude dumps your brain. Respect the cutoff time. And finally, prep tomorrow's wins tonight. Seriously, commit to just 3 of these actionable steps and you'll feel the difference fast. Do all 7 and you'll become the person everyone asks, how are you focused all the time? The answer is simple. Start trying it tonight. Don't wait for morning.